What's a movie that should never be remade?
Galaxy Quest.
Mr. Bean. No one will ever be able to recreate the character as well as Rowan Atkinson. Really anything from Rowan Atkinson can never be remade. Blackadder for instance.
I remember first time seeing Rowan Atkinson being interviewed not in character. And growing up with my only knowledge of him as Mr. Bean, it blew my mind. He is as prim and proper British as his characters are bungling weirdos.
Stand By Me. That combo of young actors just worked so well, and I just can't imagine it would work so well again.
You guys wanna see a dead body? Asterisk cut to them opening YouTube asterisk. Asterisk roll credits asterisk.
Or they'd go find the body so they could put it on TikTok.
Alien, 1979. I'm surprised it hasn't been mentioned yet, it's still so good 40 plus years later.
Delete this thread before Netflix gets ideas.
Plot twist: Netflix is the op.
The Goonies.
Besides the fact that Tom Hanks was perfect, I don't see a modern remake of Forrest Gump being received well based on cultural shifts alone.
I really was just gonna say any of the 80s, 90s Tom Hanks films lol.
Beetlejuice.
There's really no beating the casting of that movie as it was.
Shawshank.
Totally. What would it even be without Morgan Freeman's iconic narration?
Airplane.
If they made that movie today, it'd never fly.
Goodfellas.
By extension, Godfather, 1.
I can't just name one movie, but must state the obvious. 1. Don't remake movies that were already good and still hold up. 2. Don't remake movies that were products of their time and wouldn't translate well on this era. 3. Come up with an original movie. It's not like there aren't enough writers desperately trying to sell their scripts. Edit. 4. Ignore 1 to 3 if we're replacing the cast with the Muppets.
Muppet Inglourious Bastards when?
Groundhog Day.
They should re-release it and act like it's a new movie. Labyrinth.
I like to think that David Bowie didn't realize they were making a movie and thought it was all real.
The Princess Bride.
May have some bad news for you. Link. Edit. I just did a search for home movie, The Princess Bride, and this was the best version I could find. It was originally on Quibi apparently, which, what the hell is that, right? Edit. I guess I gotta watch this myself at some point, now. Anything by Monty Python. They can't be improved on and the dodgy special effects only add to the humor.
Are you saying coconuts migrate?
Back to the Future.
Hollywood, please listen to this guy.
Fight Club.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Doubt anyone would touch it after William's death. No pun intended.
Casablanca.
Blues Brothers and Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Edit. Since a lot of you are bringing up Blues Brothers 2000, that's a sequel to the Og movie, not a remake.
I came here to say the Blues Brothers. Jake and Elwood are John and Dan and their friendship and their soul brother connection. It wouldn't work with anyone else, plus you can't replace the band itself, seeing as they were highly talented and legendary blues musicians that played with the greats like Otis Redding and Muddy Waters. Plus the supporting cast of legends like Aretha, Cab, James Brown, Ray Charles, John Lee Hooker, etc.
Jurassic Park won't feel the same. Jurassic World 1 is good, but both the JW films have bigger dinosaur scenes, so they need more CGI, and it just doesn't have the same magic as Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park has the pacing of a great sci-fi horror thriller. Jurassic World feels more action, adventure.
Pulp Fiction.
Tarantino makes movies that I don't think anyone would even attempt to try to remake.
The Iron Giant.
Home Alone.
I've got some bad news for you.
Back to the Future. Edit. Thanks for the awards and cake day wishes. I just think the original Back to the Future could never be topped. The thought of anyone other than Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd playing those roles is blasphemous to me.
Not only is the casting absolutely iconic, the trilogy is fundamentally tied to the decade it was made in. The 1955 is not the real 1955, but the nostalgic view its generation had of it in 1985, while 2015 also can only exist in that context. What would it even look like today? Traveling from 2025 back into 1995? And almost every future we have in media right now is some shade of grimdark and pessimistic. You can't just do pure camp the way BTTF treated 2015.
The Pirates of the Caribbean Trilogy. Yes, I said trilogy.
You have to admit though the mermaids from OST were badass.
Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy. Thank you, kind strangers, for the awards. They are my first ones here on Reddit smiley face. All of your positive discussions surrounding Tolkien have really uplighted my spirit. It's a difficult time for me, so seeing all these great comments really made my night a bit better.
Jackson's Lotr Trilogy isn't just a film trilogy. It's a treasure of our generation. It achieved such unprecedented cinematic excellence, a remake would never be able to pull off. The comparisons alone would stump its value, even it were a decent project. That story has been told, masterfully. The soundtrack is legendary. None of it needs to be touched again.
All of them. Hollywood should make more original poo and stop being lazy.
Thank you for watching. We upload new videos every day, so be sure to come back for more fun. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video.